What is going on, Detroit Lions fans? Welcome back to Detroit Den 313 with Steve. I'm going to come right out of the gates. I had a really good episode planned for the new arrival of Christian Mahogany. I was planning on talking about that tonight. As I'm wrapping up my day at work, I see this news about Jameson Williams being detained, not arrested, to my knowledge, not arrested. And I had saw that this was a thing a couple weeks ago, but I saw that it was reported or somehow Minnesota Vikings fans were talking about it, so I didn't know how credible it was. But now there's a report out, there's a video out. I've watched the video. Um, I've read the report, and let me just start off by saying I'm not here to toot my own horn. I'm just going to give you guys a little insight on my background a little bit, so that maybe I don't have as many people saying that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. I have carried a weapon for a living for almost 18 years now. I'm very familiar and comfortable with all types of weapons. I've shot damn near everything there is to shoot: grenade launchers, snipers, pistols, rifles, hunting rifles, you name it, machine guns. I did 5 years in the military, active duty, 2 combat tours overseas after Afghanistan and Iraq. I don't talk about that shit a lot. Okay. After that, I work in private security. I'm armed there. I won't say where. Most of you might know if you know me personally. And I also have a 4-year degree in criminal justice. So I'm not trying to say that I'm the most qualified person to be discussing this, but I feel comfortable enough to where I can back some facts up with what's going on with Jameson Williams. Okay. So let me just paint you guys a picture. On October 8th, him and his brother were driving around Detroit. His brother was the driver. He was the passenger. In the video, the cop pulls them over and says that he was the driver of the car. Jameson Williams' brother was speeding. Okay. The next question out of the cop's mouth was, are there any weapons in the car? His brother speaks up and says, yes. Now, I'll show you guys right here. I have my CPL. I know exactly what you're supposed to do when you get pulled over. They did the right thing. Now, you're supposed to voice it right to the police officer right away that you are either carrying or not carrying. They didn't do that, but that's okay. It was the cop's next question, and they admitted that they had 2 pistols. One belonged to his brother. The other belonged to Jameson Williams. It was underneath the seat. That is concealed. Okay. I understand Michigan is a open carry state. The laws are very fuzzy. You can have a pistol walking around downtown Detroit all day. The minute you put your t-shirt over it, now it's concealed and it's a problem. I get it. It's a stupid law. Same thing with a rifle. You can be walking around downtown Detroit with an M4 slung to you. You can't be stopped. It's perfectly legal. You put a jacket over it, now it's a problem. I'm not here to change the Constitution or laws. I agree that it's a stupid law. So what happens in this video is Jameson Williams is essentially detained. I don't think he was arrested because he was never read his Miranda rights on the video I've seen. So he's detained. He's pulled aside. He's telling the officer who's detaining him that he is Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions. He says this about 3-4 times. Eventually, the officer who has him detained, I almost wanted to say arrest, but he's not arrested. He's being detained while the officer is conducting his investigation. That's pretty common practice. Okay. This officer decides he needs to make a couple phone calls, see if, this pistol that was underneath Jameson Williams' seat was registered to JMO, and he does not have a CPL license. His brother's trying to take the rap for him and say that it's his, but that could have been a whole nother thing in a whole nother world where luckily his brother doesn't get arrested for lying during an investigation. I don't know what the technical charge would be, but to say that a pistol's not yours, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And I get what he was trying to do, man. He's trying to help out his brother. He knows his brother's got more to lose. He's trying to take one for him. I get it. I respect it. Okay. After this officer makes some phone calls to his sergeant and his lieutenant, they agree that maybe he shouldn't be arrested. Okay. And the Detroit Police Department's under investigation for why this was their probable cause. There's a lot of different things that I don't have the answer to, guys, but I'm going to keep this related to Jameson Williams, man. It's just, it's a lot of things piling up. It's a lot of things. Like, we've hit the trifecta. Okay. We've done drugs. I don't know the extent of what these performance enhancing substances were. I don't know the full details of that. We have weapons now, and we have gambling. The only thing we're missing is something to do with a unlawful act with a woman, any type of abuse, like that would be 4 for 4. We're getting dangerously close, okay? And before you guys hammer me in the comments, know this. I hope that the people who have been watching my show long enough will back me up and say that I have defended Jameson Williams every step of the way, every single thing. While 97 won the ticket, was throwing shit at him for um, lighting off fireworks and handing out money to kids, and the gambling thing was stupid, the drugs thing is stupid, this gun thing is stupid. I'm not saying that he's doing anything really, really wrong. It's just a lot of stupid shit adding up. Okay. From a football standpoint, we have shown that we don't need Jameson Williams to win football games. If I'm him and I'm not him, I get it. You're 23 years old. You're trying to use your status as a celebrity and as a professional athlete to get out of trouble, even though it's not that big of a deal to me. It's just you're trying. I don't know. It's just rubs me the wrong way that he keeps telling these officers, "I'm Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions." Like, you're using that to get away with doing something wrong. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't say the same exact thing about Baker Mayfield when he got arrested and tried to use the same thing. Hey, I'm Baker Mayfield. Johnny Manziel. I don't like it when people use their status to think that they're above the law. I hate it when I'm driving around town and I see a cop texting and driving on his phone or talking on the phone. It's illegal. I can't do it. You shouldn't do it. Guys, I'm not trying to get like into like any political or law debates. Trust me, I avoid that shit like the plague. I hate talking politics. I don't watch the news. I don't even watch other Detroit sports content creators. I'm just here to give you guys my opinion. This is nothing that he has done is really, really atrocious. It's just a bunch of stupid shit that doesn't need to be happening. And in this video, he's telling the cop, "Do you know why I carry a gun? Because I live in Detroit." You have enough money, Jameson Williams, where you don't have to live directly in Detroit. You can go live in a nice suburb like Rochester Hills or Auburn Hills somewhere, and you can commute back to work. If you want to live in Detroit, that's perfectly fine. That's your right. It's your right to own and purchase a gun. Spend the $150 to go through the CPL class, and this wouldn't even be an issue. Okay. I know some people who would probably do it for you for $20. Okay. Go do your range time, go do your safety stuff. On the back of this license, it even says, I'll let you guys look it up on Google. It says you are supposed to identify whether or not you are carrying as soon as you are pulled over. It says it right on the back. It shows you all the places you can't carry. This could all just be avoided with a couple $100. You go to the casino, man, take that $200 you're spending at the craps table, go get your license. Okay. Do it in the off season when you got a Saturday off. Go shoot some gun, get some education, man. It's not hard. That's all I'm saying is all this stuff, all of this could be avoided. We're not talking about like him driving in 180 miles like Rashid Rice and hurting someone in a car accident. That's an accident that was also avoidable. These are instances that are getting him in trouble that he's in control over. Okay. He's 23 years old. You're a grown ass man. Football players say it all the time. I don't know what the NFL is going to do. I'm sure they're probably still looking into this. There's reports out there that the Detroit Lions were notified and they passed it up to the chain of command of the Detroit Lions and or the NFL. And I'm sure maybe nothing's going to happen if they don't feel anything violated their NFL conduct policy. I don't know, man, but I'm just tired of seeing Jameson Williams in the news for negative stuff quite often. Like, this is 3 things in a matter of 18 months. The gambling thing, I think, was last May. I don't know, man. It's just frustrating because I see this kid with all the potential in the world. You have the life that a lot of us wish we had as a professional athlete. I don't want you to waste it. And I know that my opinion won't reach you. My advice to you would be go get your CPL. And if you're afraid of living in Detroit and you feel you have to carry a gun, you have the money and you have the resources to hire some private security. I get it. You want to hit the town. You're young. You got all this money. You want to go to the casino. That's all fine, man. Just be careful because I'm not going to go too far down this hole, but we've seen stories like this where cops get anxious when they hear the word gun or they think they even see a gun. Bad things can happen. Okay. That's all I'm going to leave it with. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole anymore. If you guys pick up what I'm saying, I'm glad that he and his brother handled this the best way possible by cooperating with law enforcement, But from a football standpoint, man, there's just I would love to see someone like Khalif Raymond get their hands on this kid and mentor him as a football player and as an adult. I love Khalif Raymond's stories, man. I actually had an episode planned. I haven't gotten to it yet. Just talking about how he's such a great leader. If you guys are familiar with the Netflix show Wide Receiver, when Amon St. Brown was on it and he got snubbed by the Pro Bowl, they were at practice one day and Khalif Raymond's just like, man, big dog, I just don't love your energy, man. I don't love where it's coming from. Like, I have to believe that there was an off-camera talk with Khalif Raymond and Amon St. Brown, and I know Khalif has talked to I think it was Maurice Alexander. I did some studying this offseason and just how he kind of brought him back to football to give him another chance. I think Khalif Raymond would be the perfect mentor on this team. I hope that he sits him down off cameras, no report of it, and just kind of takes him under his wing and starts to groom him. But guys, I'm not closing the book on Jameson Williams. Just a lot of stupid mistakes, a lot of dumb things that I think could be avoided. I get it. He's a young kid. I'm not going to sit up here and say that when I was 18 to 23, I didn't make some really stupid mistakes either. Okay. We all have. I'm not here to judge. I don't believe in judgment. I believe a lot of things religiously. I don't judge other people for whatever they're going through. I'm just saying you're a public figure. You're a celebrity. It's pretty well known. There's more eyes on you. That's all I'm saying, man. I hope to see you do well. I think you'll be okay from this. I hope there's not a suspension. Let's get through this Green Bay Packers game without you, man. And I think you're the most explosive player in the NFL. I'd love to see you on the football field. Let's just cut the drama, man. Let's just get it together, guys. Leave some comments down below. I tried to keep this as clean as possible. Maybe not everyone agrees with my opinion. That's fine. I know I'm putting it out here on a public forum to be criticized. That's perfectly fine with me. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Stick around, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back later with another.